Hey guys, this is Phil from the Goose Hummock shop. Tuna time. Let's have a little bit of chat about what's going on. So I bait fished over this bank holiday weekend and it sucked. We missed. One of my friends caught a lovely fish east of Chatham yesterday, Jay did. And in the bay, I fished there yesterday slow. We had some great bluefish and stuff, but it just wasn't our luck. There's quite a lot of people there. But the recreational fishing on bars has been really strong. So I just want to have a quick chat about that really, because we've got loads of them. There's different types of bars, obviously different colours. What we're finding is the darker colours have done pretty well. Green machine obviously always works well. But I want to talk to you about going on a small boat and what really works. So we've got two brands that we sell. We sell Tormentor, who do, this is a green machine, do a big bird with a vane on it. It's a static vane, so this one is configured for starboard, which means you only lay out the starboard. And this is the JB chatterbaits, and this one actually is vane, as you'll see in a minute when Jake zooms in, actually can, with an Allen key, change it to port or starboard, which is quite cool. And but those, the ironic, you could take it off and then you could fish it down the middle. With the Tormentors, you do both. Colours that have been working, like I say, on a bright day like it is today, it's Tuesday today, the bright colours have done well, whether it be the green machine, the pinks, the whites. On a darker overcast day, this is actually called Widowmaker. It's probably one of the most iconic colours for East of Chatham. The bites, where it's been at, is we saw fish down at the Regal Sword, there's fish off East of Chatham, there's actually fish on the golf ball, which means there's going to be small fish up on Stalewagon, if they're not already there by now. So all the way down the eastern side of the Cape, you'll have a good chance of getting them. What I would suggest is, the nice thing about these tracker bars is you don't necessarily need outriggers on your boat. You can actually run two of these out. We tried it on my boat. We actually ran 4 bars easily, and what I did is I ran trackers out each side. I then ran 2 off the cleats, and I could have quite easily thrown one down the middle. So with no outriggers deployed, I was fishing 5 baits. What I'd say on the smaller boats, if you're using 50 class reels, have a look at this size of bait. These are the 18 or 19 inch bars, and they're just easier to retrieve with a 50. Your 50 will obviously fish a 36 inch bar. It's just a little bit harder to actually reel it in. What I found actually really interestingly is I fished the other day just for shits and giggles, and we caught on this one on the Tormentor green machine. What I did find actually it was a pretty choppy day, and I found the Tormentor did really well because it's a heavier bar than the chatterbaits, and it had a tendency to dig in, which means it tracked out better. Threw up an enormous splash, really good splash, but it is heavy on the drag. And what I found is this one on that rough day, so the chatterbaits did skip a bit, so it didn't track out as far. But I felt by the end of the day that I'd be comfortable running this on an outrigger, whereas I think the Tormentor will be a bit tough because it just drags too much, so you run the risk of bending your out, especially on the outer poles. So I think on my boat I'm going to run the chatterbaits on my long corners, and I'm going to run my Tormentors actually off the hull under everything, under inside. So there you go, that's a quick insight to the bar bite. It's a really great way of catching recreational tuna. There's so many people, I'm hearing guys are catching 4 to 8 fish a day, and these aren't charter captains. These are recreational anglers, and they're having a wonderful time. Remember, as a rec angler on a day, you can have 2 shorts, so that's anything over 27 inches and under 48, and you're allowed 1 fish over 48 under 73 a day. That's a hell of a lot of tuna meat if you get it. Don't be greedy. Do not forget to report your fish to NOAA. It's a legal obligation. Whether you keep the fish or you release the fish, you've actually got to report it. So please do that. It's really important we track the fishery, know what's being caught. Also gives the scientists an indication of how healthy the fishery is. Really important report, guys. Have fun out there. It's an epic way to catch the recreational fish, not so much the big fish. And the final thing I'd say, in the next 4 to 6 weeks, this bite is going to turn, and we're going to get the half bigs coming in, and then we're going to start running and gunning, but we'll talk about that later because that's a casting game. Have fun on the bar, guys. Be safe out there. See you later.